Some JEA executives are now getting a 23% bump in pay. News4JAX I-Team reporter Jim Pickett's looking into pay raises for top JEA management. We're not only talking about the top man at JEA. CEO Jay Stowe's salary jumped by more than 12%. He's now making over $669,000 a year. But other high-ranking staff also are seeing their salaries climb by double-digit percentages, including one top manager who doesn't even live in Jacksonville or the state of Florida.
So I'm standing here in front of JEA headquarters with the Sky4 drone going up. I want to show you what else is going up here that you may not be too happy about. Obviously, a rate increase is scheduled, but pay for some of the upper staff, it's gone up as well. And some of them are making substantially a lot more. I met JEA customer Hazel Washington, who told me she understands pay raises for employees, but when we told her what some of the top staff were now taking home at JEA, well, she had some ideas.
If they getting raised like that, come down on our bills.
That's where your bill's going to go up, and that's what I'm wondering.
Every July, every October go up.
Yeah.
So if they getting raised like that, give me some of that money, come down on my bill.
This year, most of the 2,000 employees at JEA received a 2% increase in pay. But for a select few, 22 people in upper management, not including the JEA CEO, those raises were substantially more. From an additional $13,000 more a year to a whopping $73,000 a year more on top of a six-figure salary. These salaries weren't decided in an open meeting or by the JEA board, but by JEA CEO Jay Stowe. He had back-to-back meetings today, but talked to me by Zoom to discuss how this came about and why.
The transparency of this is that whenever we look at the market, the scope of the roles, and the performance inside of the roles, I need to be sure that we are paying people what they're worth and what the right amount. And some of these are large numbers, but the expectations of what we're asking this team to do are very important for the future of Jacksonville, Northeast Florida.
Here's just a few of the 22 executive salary increases. The second in command, the chief operating officer, was making over $380,000 a year, is now making $470,000, an additional $27,000 a year, or a 7.2% increase. While the chief external affairs officer went from making $310,000 a year to $383,000, a $73,000 more a year, or a 23.5% increase. One top-level employee's raise is raising some eyebrows. The chief strategy officer, who is getting a 23% raise or $73,000 more a year. But Laura Dutton doesn't even live in Jacksonville or Florida. Her home is in Tennessee. I asked Jay Stowe about this, why someone who doesn't live here would be planning JEA's future and getting such a substantial raise.
Whenever we got here and realized that we could make decisions regardless of where someone happened to sit, I looked to try to be sure that we could get the best people that could help us and help me make the best decisions that I could make going forward.
Some union leaders weren't aware of the executive salary increases until I told them about it, and they were surprised, and now they're taking a closer look. JEA's management also underwent some changes today, as some positions have been eliminated and combined with others as part of a streamlining operation. And some we talked to still had questions about the timing of the raises, given the fact that a small rate increase is expected to take place soon, about $1 a month more for most customers. Jim Pickett, Channel 4, the local station.